This clip's brought to you by ServiceNow. AI is only as powerful as the platform it's built on. With the ServiceNow AI platform, your AI, data, and workflows all work together, connecting every corner of your business. To see how you can put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com/AI-agents.
I want to talk about your serve because, like, we talked about pound for pound. Like, I feel like growing up and watching you, you were like the first guy that I remember that wasn't that 6'5", 6. I used to hear about the Krejciks and the Gorans and these guys who were dominant servers.
That was all knee bend.
But back to the knee bend. But like in terms of a guy, what are you, 6'3"?
6'2".
6'2",
yeah.
Coming out on court with one shot. Like in terms of, we talk about like, what do the opponents fear? What do they think of when they see Andy Roddick coming across the net? It's the serve. Like that's, and a guy who's 6'2", with the ability, obviously physical from the ground, you were in great shape. You had a rocket of a forehand. But I think it was the serve that built this studio.
Yeah, I was
like, straight up. Like it's the serve. And I know you don't like talking about yourself, but just as someone who's watched and kind of gone back and looked at the video and compared to other players, I'm like, the guy was 6'2", coming out there dropping off. What are you, like top 5 or 6 in aces, like in the history of the ATP? Like,
no idea.
Just dialing up spots whenever you need it. And it's like your mentality on your serve. Did you go on court feeling like? Well, I know you spoke about, when you work with coaches, you told them, do not mess with my serve.
No.
I got that. So you knew that your serve was an all-time great serve.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
I always think like the great servers, you can almost like, if you snap 3 times, you could start timing them and it's never off.
Okay.
Right? Like, so I knew like, I would almost like do a silent count. That was my only training mechanism. The first 3 or 4 serves I hit, it was like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I could get that going over and over again. I knew that I could create spin margin. Right, and because I could create that spin margin, like the big serves were great. Those are table setters for the cuts, the slices, and the kicks. And so like my ball was never coming through the same way.
So you used the missile to set up the cuts and not the cuts to open up for like the bombs?
Chicken, depending on who you're playing, is chicken egg.
Okay.
Like if I play someone, if I'm playing, catching strays here, and sorry, but if I'm playing like Lopez, I know that I'm like Feliciano.
Yeah.
I know that I'm probably playing 65 or 70% wide.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because then I can approach if he even gets it. But like, so it depends on who you're playing. Off-speed stuff works more against great returners.
Yep. Agreed.
Like, you can't just bowl over great returners with a straight ball. I don't care if it's 147. Roger, there's like a famous one where we were playing the quarters of the Open
at
one
the
year.
Open. Oh, I remember that.
I put one like 143 at like 5-all in a breaker.
Backhand, right? Backhand body return right at your feet.
I was like,
like
okay.
shank.
I was like, I don't, like, he knows, I don't know what I'm doing yet with the serve, and he already knows.
Yeah.
Like, he's already chosen what I'm gonna do, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going heat backhand. Like, this is, I'm just gonna, let's dance with who he brought. Bomb, 143. His racket moved about this much. His face was loose
at contact.
You've talked about this, the slow-mo shot of that.
And he put it, the offensive, the Aussie cameras, the slow-mo cameras. Have you?
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Oh my God. That's another side tangent. But he puts it on my feet and it's like, okay, set over. Comes and hits like I just went 143, then he aces me with like 112 middle. I'm like, this sucks so much. Tennis sucks. Tennis is so hard.
He's third on the list for aces.
Yeah, I mean, that's a volume thing. He played 20-something years. Yeah, I knew I could create action. The one thing that I think is undersold, people talk about speed, and I think that's maybe the third most important thing. I went an entire year serving, I didn't like lay a lot of serves in, and I served 70%. So like Zverev is doing that now. Zverev's 6'6".
Yep.
But I have way more, like Zverev's better at every other part of tennis than I ever was. Movement, forehands, backhands, like all of it. Just leave it. Maybe my chip was better than his. But like my serve had way more movement. Like I can get it, I can do that little check kick that we were talking about. I can do the tumble into the body. So I had like options, and I could control that spin trajectory really well. And I think that was the thing that maybe was different.
And you talked about it when we were on court. I thought where you were going to go with it was you were saying people talk about the speed, they talk about the location, but you like to aim deep in the box, which to me was a mentality.
I was 6'2".
Okay, fair enough. So it's kind of like
I'm not John Isner.
Explain that a little bit more for the chuckers.
Well, it's very easy. The taller you are, the shorter you can hit it in the box because you're just hitting down on it.
And you can create more angle that way. But Andy was saying like he liked to aim near the service line. Like he wanted it deep so that if you were to hit, I'm trying to think of the best way to try. If you hit a 130 and it lands halfway in the service box, you're going to have a little bit more time to get it than if you hit a 123 on the service line. because the time in which the opponent has to read and react.
It's hard to square. It's hard to square. Like we talked about Hewitt. Hewitt served at the back of the box, but he would serve first serves at 102.
Yeah.
But it was like eating up the back 6 inches.
Yeah.
So it didn't click and then get up to where you could actually
control it. It was still on the rise.
Yeah.
Or just kind of stayed on the same path. Like,
I also I think, and this is something that like we'll get to with the Roger Andre conversation, but something I try to do too is like I would move my tosses around.
Yeah.
So like I would try to fuck people up. Like in the first game, I would go tee off of a kick toss, and then I would go tee off of a slice toss.
To just set the tone.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, I'm fully guessing on what's coming the rest of the day. I would try to hit the Arthur's, like I saw him do it, and I'm like, I'm going to try that. It wasn't as good as his, but like I could hit a kick toss off of a slice, a kick serve off of a slice toss. So depending on who I was playing, I was very strategic about like, with James, I wanted the slow kick that jumped up and then checked away from his backhand as opposed to hot into it.
Yeah, because
so I was very strategic about how to pitch a ball game. So I had the fastball, but like I think I had 3 breaking pitches too, and I think that's the difference. And I think people don't really talk about that. And I think that's the whole thing about serving, right? It's like we talked about Sampras, the movement, Goran, the ability to hit all of the serves every direction off the same toss, right? The ability to basically create an illusion and then go against it or go with it. Right, is a huge deal. Roger, if I had a break point against him right now, I don't know where he's serving. I know where he wants to serve, but I don't know where he's serving. He is not scared. It's like weirdly intimidating. Like someone like Pete comes in and pops 134 and hits it on a dime. That's intimidating its own way. Knowing that Roger's not scared to throw in a 98 mile an hour kick serve.
Yeah.
On a first serve is wildly intimidating.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're out in front of it. Like, I don't know how many times like you're ready for he goes flat wide, eats up the back of the box, to your point. The little curler up the tee, which does not eat up the back of the box. It bounces and kind of just starts running away from you. And then like you're looking for those, and all of a sudden he throws in this little bunny kick, and you're so far out in front of it, you kind of like knuckleball one, and it's like the easiest walk-through put away.
And those are the type of returns that happen in matches where fans might look and be like, how do you miss a slow serve?
Because I'm
like,
looking for 7 options.
Yeah, it's not that serve. That was the problem.
And like you can make that when you get fooled, but you have to stick it. Otherwise you're dead.
Yep.
Like you can't just, like I could make it at, Club Dingles and it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Right? But like he hits that one, you get fooled. You're fooled, and you still know that you have to, like, against Andre, against Roger, against Rafa, against Novak, you still have to stick it. So then all of a sudden you try to put too much on it and you look stupid.
Yep.
Like that's the whole thing. It's not about, like, he hit that little kick serve and he couldn't handle it. Like, no, we could handle it. We just didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big factor in judging who's a great server, of all time, right? Is that where they get you in a position where then they can just put you away on the return.
So Andre, not as good of a server as Roger, but like as far as pitching a ball game,
he used to throw crazy tosses, didn't he?
He would hit one out of his ear,
like quick toss.
Then he would toss one. So like, Mike, when you're returning, it's like you talked about timing people. Like you're timing up a server. Like Chris serves generally the same cadence every time. I would throw in ones just to screw with this cadence. But most people, it's like you start split set time. Maybe it's it's different cadences. Roger and Andre. Roger's serve was naturally better. Andre is maybe one of the best pitcher servers
that's fair.
Ever. And he also knew, and this went into the way he served, he also knew that if you didn't stick it, we talked about that short forehand and not needing time. He's cleaning it to the other side. You can know that he's going wide and then here, and you can't do anything about it. He would throw a toss-up 3 feet higher and then wait for it and flatten it out.
And as a returner, you're sitting there like you're completely off now because you're like, well, when do I split? I need to slow down, and now you're
your balance.
You're starting
off, your feet are flat.
And in the entire time, always on the outside, you had to respect his
kick wide.
Yep. So, but knowing that you had to clean it, otherwise, he's basically just creating space. He's a second ball server, but his serving strategy complemented the rest of his game, along with Roger, about as much as anyone ever. So they are great servers. Maybe not the big, like if you gave me Roger serve or Andre serve, I wouldn't have been a better server, right? I needed the heat. I needed the options. I needed to be like, extra with ability on serve. But like product market fit with the rest of their game, like you give Roger my baseline game and his serving, all of a sudden people can just make returns, right? But like all of those things matter. All of those things matter. One of the like I told you to have someone under 6 feet tall. Andre would qualify for that. but little pop server, like no one ever talks about their serve. Sebastian Grosjean had a great serve.
Really?
Yeah. He had a little pop kick. He could, on grass, he was phenomenal.
Okay.
But he was like a good, I don't know, 5'9".
Yeah.
And it was like he could 129 it to the corners, had all 4 serves, had a little bunny kick. He was a fun server. Who do you have? Under 6 feet tall.
6 feet tall. I was going to think about Andre because I just heard you talk about him opening up the court with the first ball.
You can do that. I jumped the gun on that. So.
Yeah, I
Carlos is close. He's 6 feet, but like,
yeah, he's still got a lot. I don't want to say he's got a lot to work on. Like, I still want to see like
his serve is so much better than it was 2 years ago.
For sure.
Well,
somebody, they're not under 6 feet tall, but I've many players who I've spoken with who played this person say that the one area of his game that doesn't get talked about nearly enough is Novak. They said he's one of the clutches. And also, for people who don't remember what Novak's serve used to look like.
I can tell you what it used to look like.
Tell us what it used to look like, and to see what it is now, it's incredible.
So look at it now and how smooth it is, start to finish. Then go find something when he was throwing grenades in like 07 or 08. Like it literally looked like he was going like this, and then the elbow was low,
super low.
The racket was open. Talk about like the two things, like most improved areas of a great player's game that maybe I've ever seen are both Novak. Serve
and forehand.
Fitness.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
If I went back and I had a winning record against Novak, like miracles happen. That's probably why it's probably subconsciously why I retired at 30 because I didn't want to give up that little piece. But like the serve was not good. He would throw the second serve was nothing.
It was a
like
bunny.
he used to hit like a little. He tried to hit like he barely hits a kick now.
Yeah.
Like he runs it in and out, but it was like all disjointed. So his serve over time has gone from less than tour average to maybe one of the best 10 on earth now.
Yeah.
Like spot serving on a fast court.
And clutch, though. Every player, they said anytime you feel like you get a sniff when you're playing Novak, a 15, 30, he puts it on a dime.
Yep.
And
Deep
it's
in
like
the box.
consistent, deep in the box. And they say it's consistent like that. And then maybe you get a missed first serve, so you're thinking, okay, second serve, 30, 40, break point, this is my chance. 110, cutter. And now you're like, man, I didn't think he was going that big. Like, they say he's so clutch with his serve, and it doesn't, a lot of players who I've spoken with, they didn't realize that until they got on court with it, and they saw they could get a quick little sniff, they might have a chance, ace, unreturnable, like crazy spots, and then game, boom.
His serve was not great. His forehand was way better at the end, and his fitness, like the only reason I bring up my record is if I showed you my notes from the way that I used to play him.
Make it physical?
It would translate like a suicide mission now. No. It's like, let's chip to the forehand and let's make it as physical as possible. I hope it's hot because someone going from that where like heat was a liability to 6-hour matches in Australia and getting through it.
Rafa,
I mean, he is literally the definition of no stone unturned. Like improving, like winning slams and then improving.
While you're doing, and at that time when he had the yips, let's not forget he was still top 4 in the world.
No, he won the Aussie Open in 08.
He won in 08, exactly. Yeah. He was still like had a Grand Slam, was still competing for majors.
Yeah. It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I'm sure we missed. Tell us in the comments who'd we miss. I'm sure we missed some people because there are many, many great servers. But like, I don't know. There's something. I'm probably a homer here, but there's something just. It's a pure shot. Like when someone can just serve.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. Pretty fun to watch. Thank you for watching how deep the knee bends are. We'll see you next time on Serve.